Blessed John Ogilvie, a Scottish martyr, was born into a noble family of Scotland in 1579. He was raised as a Calvinist, as it was at this time that the troubles of the Church were being inflicted upon that part of the world in the form of the reign of Elizabeth, Queen of England, and the spread of other false Protestant religions. Despite this, John began to have doubts about the religion in which he was raised, as it was so divided and contradicted certain parts of the Bible. At age 17, he entered the Catholic Church while he was studying in Belgium. 3 years later, he joined the Jesuit order and became a priest in 1610. He at first worked in France, but he wished to return to his own country, which was a dangerous place for Catholics, and as a result, did not have many priests or faithful. His request was granted 3 years later, and he set off for Scotland. He had been warned about his prospects of not having much success, which he found to be true. He made a number of conversions as well as providing the Catholics of the region with the sacraments. His relatively short ministry was brought to a close when he was betrayed by an informer. After his arrest, he was imprisoned and questioned for information about the Scottish Catholics. Since he would not give in, he was tortured by having his feet crushed and his hair and fingernails torn out. He also was forced to endure the torture called the novena, which consisted of being kept awake for 9 whole days by jabbing of knives or sharp stakes. They inflicted many other tortures on him, none of which had the desired effect. His virtue and his joy in suffering for Christ shone through during his trials. His suffering was put to an end when he was eventually hanged for having broken the rules that outlawed the Mass and sacraments. Before he died, he was heard to say that he would willingly and joyfully pour forth even 100 lives. Snatch away that one which I have from me, and make no delay about it. But my religion you will never snatch away from me. As his last act of missionary work, he tossed his rosary into the crowd that had gathered to watch his hanging. It was caught by a man who later converted to the Catholic faith. To the end, Blessed John followed the words of our Lord, "Love your enemies," as he embraced his executioner just before his death. The day of his death was March 10th, 1615, when he was 36 years old. He left us with these words, which are ever more true today. "If there be any hidden Catholics, let them pray for me, but the prayers of heretics I will not have." Blessed John Ogilvie, pray for us.